What if Catherine Hardwicke directed all the Twilight films? What a question. I have some unpopular opinions on this, but it's not all bad. So I think the best film overall, most beautiful, best directed is New Moon. And I'm not mad Catherine didn't direct that one. However, I do love the first movie, and I've always believed that all of the Twilight movies should have been directed by women. If Catherine Hardwicke had directed all of them, I think it would be a very different franchise, but there would be positive aspects to that. So Catherine Hardwicke is responsible for a lot of the indie vibe of the first movie, the blue tint, etc. And I think Twilight is a beautiful film aesthetically, soundtrack, score-wise. And for the first film, I like that kind of like distinct indie weirdness a lot. But it does stray from the book a lot in a way that I'm not sure would have worked for the rest of the films. And some of it is definitely weird. Like if you go through the director's notebook or some of the bizarre deleted scenes, like the bizarre scene where Edward bites Bella's fingers, the chinchilla dropping scene, how she wanted Edward to like spell his name out in logs to impress her. We didn't need that. I think Catherine is also responsible for a lot of the way that book Bella and movie Bella are entirely different characters. And of course, that's not just direction. None of this is, it's the script and the cast. But I think Catherine like very clearly had a vision for like Kristen as Bella, which is fine, but it's very different than the books and it kind of carries over into the other films inconsistently, and I don't think it works as well. And likewise, Edward is different too. He definitely has like less personality, but he also reads a lot younger in the film and more casual. And my hot take is that first movie Edward is the most tolerable Edward. The first movie definitely changed the Bellward dynamic a little bit, and I totally understand why so many book fans are upset about that. But keep in mind, I'm not an Edward girly. I think their dynamic is terrible in the books. Their relationship was nonsensical with no build-up in the books anyway, so I think there were additions and subtractions here that made them more palatable. I think moments like this outside her house kind of made Edward seem more like a teenager who likes Bella and pays attention to her rather than like an old man who stalks her and showers her with expensive gifts she doesn't want. Like, I still hate him, but like this is very different in the book, the whole I know what you are scene, and I know a lot of people don't like that. But I will say one thing I think Catherine Hardwicke did really well was kind of authenticating and working the secondary characters into the story more and showing us the world around the main characters, and I think the story was better for it. Eclipse and Breaking Dawn really could have benefited from that, and I do think maybe we would have gotten a more fleshed out depiction of the wolf pack, more Leah. But if New Moon was blue tinted, I would riot. And I know you guys want more scene breakdown, so tell me which ones you want me to start with.